Hey guys, how's it going? It's still October 18th, 2017, 11:28 p.m. It's getting late, so I'm going to make this hopefully 15-minute video tops. See how it goes. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's happening. Um, because I know a lot of you, you see these big, huge ass videos and you're probably not looking at it and thinking, well, what the hell's going on, right? Um, Now, tonight I posted a video. I had 41 views, so that's really good for a live stream. I do have a lot of subscribers, so that's great. I don't want to talk so much about the videos with what's happening, but you can see right there. This is my second video tonight. It's going to be a quick one. The reason why I wanted to bring this up, and I don't care about the thumbs up, even the thumbs down, I really don't care. As you can see, I'm not monetized. I don't care. Um, you know, there's a lot of like there was a time where I got away from it. I was stranded deep. I was in all kinds of crazy stuff, and suddenly I got the urge or got the ability. After about a week or so away, I came back. I think I was more than a week away actually. I was away a few times, but anyways, like I said, I don't want this to be a long video because it's getting late, and I just went 5 hours. But I just wanted to basically give a word of hope or a word of light as far as those who are waiting for RTS 2. RTS is a great software package. It did a lot of things. Um, but I'm telling you right now, um, if anybody's wanting to do their own software, they can do their own things and use Run 8 as well and be able to do it. And at some point, maybe I will get around to doing it. But I have way too many things that I can do with software that is not perfect in Run 8. It is by no means perfect. We've dealt with the randomization issues. We've dealt with, stupid scheduling systems. I've been able to get around it, and because of that, and being able to get around that and create my own scheduling systems and spawn trains when I want to spawn them, not when the system tells me to spawn them, and just basically do it the way I want to do it, I've been able to take control. Take control of what I want to do when I want to do it. And like I said, there's a lot of things that concern me in the Run 8 community in a whole. It concerned me as far as the direction of Run 8, where it's going. Um, and I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. But I had to get through, basically break through. I knew that there was so much work that was going to be done, and I was prepared to do the work. And then, suddenly this new update came out, and it was an overwhelming update. So that's why I took another break again, because it was just like it was a great update, but suddenly I had to go in and I had to put all this logistics in. Well, I'm at the other side again. Now I'm about to make that breakthrough to where everything is in. I can test this. I can see how it goes. The testing is phenomenal. I'm telling you. It is absolutely phenomenal that's coming. Now, I can't really, it's going to take a lot of data to come up with patterns. To see how things are, is the randomization working? But with the fake industries I posted about on over on TrainSim, and I posted on the Wikia forum. Um, if you haven't seen tonight's video, fast forward through a few of it. There's some interesting places, especially if you're not too sure what this whole fake industry thing is. Watch how I create it. Watch how I put it in, and the logic behind it, and you'll learn basically how you can apply some of these techniques. At the very end of the video, you'll also see what you can do with another form of a fake industry, and that is a yard report. There is powerful data, and this is the kind of thing that I want to unleash, because I don't want to become victim or a servant to making it turn into a job. I want the data to work for me. I want to feel as if, I'm actually, if I'm running Waycross, for example, which is the direction I seem to be in right now, that seems to be where my focus is, because it has, to me, the most potential of all the routes right now. Um, I want it to be in a situation where I know what's happening. I know where the cars are. I know how much is I mean, the hump is fabulous. And I tested the hell out of that thing. I put it 75% full. It barely, I shouldn't say it barely. It took a good hit on the frames, but I mean, come on. It ain't that bad. And who's going to fill it up? I don't plan on filling it up 75%, but it can do it. And if you go over 75%, you're not running your yard right, as far as I'm concerned. It's not the point. It's all about separation. There's a lot of different techniques that can really uh, be just as powerful as RTS is, and I know some of you are still looking for it. You're looking for that second version. I can't say for certain. I know Ski was writing it for a while. For me, he's busy. He's also interested in running servers too. So right now, I can't speak for him, but I can speak for myself. And personally, I'm not interested in writing code. What I am interested in is taking what we got right now and making the best of it. Then once we've done that, at least once I've done that, and once I've been able to take all that data and formulate it into new matrices, new sheets, new databases, being able to, at a moment's notice, take a one shot of every single car that's in your yard and industry system and be able to plug it into a sheet. Can you imagine that? Because it can be done. It can be done right now in Run 8. And it can calculate how long right now you looking into, just do a control L or whatever the hell it is, where you look at the industry list or whatever. It doesn't tell you much, but and a lot of times you can't do it if somebody's active in the yard. This is where it doesn't necessarily work so well with a 24/7 system, unless you're able to hopefully get everybody out of the yard for a few minutes. Just take a snapshot, go back in, and from the server, plug your data in, and then ask them to reacquire. No big deal. Just basically saying you want to get a snapshot, you want to plan, or whatever you want to do, or go on when it's quiet. If you're not running, all you have to do is take one snapshot at the end of a session if you're running sessions. If you're doing single player, same thing. And I did it tonight. And there is massive. I'm not kidding. This is. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to boost anything. First of all, I'm not trying to boost my sir. Sir, I don't care. I'm going to enjoy this myself. At this point right now, it's just like this is a whole new game now. Suddenly, because of the potential that's just keeps on coming unlocking. And sometimes the way I think, sometimes my memory's not working too well. And I get down and I'm just like, man, it's so overwhelming, the amount of work that has to go into planning something. And now suddenly you simplify a few things and you accept a few things, and then you just go ahead and you just freaking do it. That's what I've been doing the last, I don't know what it is. Probably this week. It's just been since, I guess it's been since Sunday. Back to setting up update 3 back on the 15th. That's where it started, and it started another hour. These little short days in between, suddenly I'm just taking a break from everything computer and just taking a nap on the couch. But right now, I'm all full of energy. I don't even want to go to bed. It's crazy. I'm like, I've been up since 6. I don't know what the hell it was, 6:30. I know this message is becoming long or what. I don't want to drag it out because I don't want to bore the hell out of you guys. 5-hour video is pretty bad. But all I can say is there's a lot of potential there. If you're not sure what the hell am I talking about, just check out some of the techniques. Get into the fake industries because that will allow you to route because of update number 3. You can make as much logistics as you possibly. I mean, it's unlimited, really. I mean, I shouldn't say it's unlimited. You're not going to get the whole RTS feel with the waybills, but what you will get is the ability. I mean, I honestly I don't know why there can't be the ability to plug in waybills either. I mean, I really haven't thought about it that hard, but it is. I mean, there's probably a lot more potential and tricks that I haven't even come up with yet, but really, I don't even want to go that far. I don't want to make up a bunch of waybills. I don't want to, all I want to do is get realistic, somewhat realistic looking trains. And what's happening is the more data I'm feeding it, the more it's actually coming up with stuff that kind of makes sense. And I don't think it's going to be perfect. I don't think you're going to get a traditional amount of data or whatever for every waybill train. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of testing on this right now, but the results I'm getting, my fear was based on the random number generator was the way it did the scheduling of trains, it was going to be a mess. And the way it used to do the waybills, if you remember how it used to do the waybills when you plugged in a bunch of letters into a train or whatever the hell it was, and a couple of tags, and you put it into a train, and the trains just looked, I don't know, they just looked weird. It wasn't right. Now that you can generate, the industry system is a little bit different because the industry system actually does a pretty good job of calling for demand. So in that aspect, if you use that system and you use the industries properly, then all you have to do, and the whole point of it is to bring the demand in. And once you've got all that, and you've got the demand going and the trains are flowing, then you set up your yards for those fake industries. But you don't set it up for demand. You don't set it up for, well, there's two things you can set up for. Number one, if you're running a system, whether it be single player or limited number of people, all you do is you take any yard. You can run locals to a siding to represent switching of an industry. I remember a while back I was talking about automating or creating a software that could somehow automate the switching process. You don't need to do that. All you have to do is have the train go in to a particular yard or siding at wherever you want or at the end of a line, doesn't matter, and have it, again, another industry. You create an industry anywhere you want, whether it be a siding, yard, track, a specific yard track, or the entire yard it can be. Doesn't matter. You have it come in, you relinquish, relinquish the train or whatever, or drop off your cars, and then you go on. You take the loads that are there from the outbounds, the last outbounds. You bring them back, just like you would run any other normal train or local or whatever. And if you don't have enough people to run the locals, including yourself, what happens is over time, those cars that were about to switch those industries then turn over as if they ran the industries. The industries will still stay the same, but the cars in the yards will actually go over. And as far as the hump operations go, it is Very, very easy with the tools that are there now to go into the industry system. All you have to do is do your entire facility. You do your receiving tracks, you assign them for the industry tags, each receiving track. You can call it under one group if you want. That way it shows up under the same group or whatever. Like you can call it, like for a train, you can call it WAX for Waycross, and then you can assign the industries RO1, RO2, RO3, so you know what tracks they're under. You import all that data into a sheet or an Excel. Suddenly you now have how many cars you're going to have coming into the bowl. You can group it, you can matrix it, you can do whatever you want with it. It's that simple. Then you go to the hump, do the same thing. You basically, everything that falls into place relinquishes itself once the hump is stopped running. You do the same thing. This is all from the same thing. All you have to do is go into the Control I, export an industry file, boom, you got it. All that data is there. Now, I haven't gone too deep into it, but if you guys are familiar with my work before as far as the sheets and all that other stuff, you haven't seen nothing yet. I'm telling you that right now. And this isn't going to take me programming anything, because the data is going to come up on these sheets. I'm not going to have registries. I'm not going to have any of that. All I'm going to have is a bunch of matrices and data. I'm going to say, okay, here's the data. Here's what's coming in. This train I can hump, or I can trim, or I can do this next. I can plan my whole operation on the fly just by looking at the data. And you run a 3-4 hour session, or you run an 8-hour session, or whatever the hell you want to run. You can plan your whole operation for that day. What needs to be prioritized, what needs to be humped, what needs to be trimmed. Not by guessing, or not by just trimming it for the hell of it, but by just looking at the data and saying, okay, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. You can generate switch lists for particular trains that are ready in certain locals. You can export all that data into its own tabs or sheets. If you're running a session, all you have to do is post it on Run8 servers. Put in the links to the switch list. Boom, done. Very, very powerful. So like I said before, in closing, it's 11:45. I'm going to end this now. Just watch in the next little bit. I can guarantee you, it's you know, I can almost pretty much guarantee you the amount of energy and enthusiasm right now. Because one thing's for certain, I mean, a lot of times when it comes to, I mean, I'm great at logistics, but trying to plan everything and trying to get the plans going and the operations going is the tough part sometimes, because it takes a lot of research. But once I have that in place, the rest is a cakewalk. And once I had California in place, you know, it became a cakewalk because the system was established. I'm at that same level I was at 5 years ago. Except I don't need a software to do it. All I need is to just plug the data in. And there might be a day that RTS2 becomes a reality, or some other car forwarding system if somebody else is doing it. There's a lot of potential out there, but at the same time, you know, this stuff can be done. It's not that difficult. So, anyways, sorry for intruding or adding another video, but I thought I'd throw that one out there for you guys. And I'll be back on Sunday. I don't think I need to be posting any other videos, so I'm pretty pumped up now. So this is cool because I'll be looking forward to this weekend coming up well in advance for Sunday, because I'm definitely looking forward to that. So we'll see you Sunday, and I'll be back on live stream. I do want to spend some time outside though, so because Sunday's looking good. So Sunday evening, probably after supper, I'll come back on, and hopefully we'll get the rest of it in, but we should be running trains by Monday at this point, by the looks of things right now. So anyways, have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you on Sunday.